All right, we're over here at the Stinger outdoor booth, checking out some of the things that I'm actually in the market for. I don't know about you guys, but aeration oversending is a big part of my business, and Stinger has a new piece of equipment, a new ride-on spreader sprayer. It's a different style. I was thinking it was more of a lean to steer style, kind of like you get with the X-Mark products, but it's kind of like a hybrid between something you would see in like the Permagreen and then what you have with the lean to steer through like X-Mark. But so this is a new Stinger Gateway applicator equipment. The Gateway is, like I said, it's a new change on things. The steering mechanism here, instead of you actually using your body to lean in out of the corners, this has your forward and reverse here, and it actually, when you're moving, the whole frame of the front frame actually steers, and it's really, really cool. You got a 22-gallon capacity for your liquid for your applications, and then you got a 150-pound hopper. It's really cool. So it is a boomless setup. So unlike the boom that you'll get on some of the larger equipment, with the boomless one, you don't have to worry about banging it, having those booms bang into anything when you're actually using it, or if you have employees, them actually using it. With the boomless setup, it's nice and narrow and tight. You can see it right here. With it being so nice, narrow, and tight, and you having those 3 jets, the 2 jets on the upper top part is going to give you your wide width of span, right? That's how you're going to get your wide applications. I believe it's about a 40-inch swath that allows that to get taken care of for you. And then you got your narrow swath right between the tires, right? That's how you're going to get your applications done. And I'm sorry, it is wider than 40 inches. I don't have the exact number, so as they say, don't quote me on that, right? So that's how this unit is going to allow you to be more productive. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I'm not gonna lie to you, because being on some of the spreader sprayers that some of the other people are making, the boom setup I thought was gonna be cool. In standing in between the jugs, you know, of your application liquid on either side, I felt more comfortable kind of being locked in. It was kind of almost more like I would be on the back of a sander mower, right? But this setup here kind of brings back a combination. Like I said, I've ridden on a Permagreen. I think they're really cool. I just don't think long term it would be something I would want to have going day in and day out, because honestly I feel like you're doing so much work with the upper body that you find yourself you get worn out, right? And then having to go forward and reverse with some of this equipment using your foot switch on like the Permagreens, like the previous model, I'm sorry, not the Triumph, but the previous model, using that. Oh no, the Triumph was a previous model. I'm thinking of the Magnum as the new model. But using your foot on that, allowing you to go forward and backwards, I like to be able to control everything on my hands, more like you would see on a zero-turn equipment. So that is something I'm extremely interested in. Another thing, man, I love that Stinger does. I think Stinger has the best aerator in the business. That's just my opinion. And I'm gonna show you quick the reason why I think so. Here on the back of the Stinger, you can see there's a foot switch. Now, a lot of aerators have the foot switch to engage the tines, but here's the problem with that. Say you're aerating a large property. Let's say we're doing an acre, 2 acre, 3 acre property, which if you're at machines at this size, you can actually knock out those properties in a pretty efficient amount of time. Excuse me. So with these aerators, you gotta think about it. If I'm standing on this, if I'm aerating a property and I'm gonna be on that property for 30, 45 minutes, do I want to continuously have to keep putting my foot on that switch to hold it to allow the tines engage and pull my cores out, right? No, for me personally, I do not. So let me show you what Stinger has figured out. They have the tine controls here. The tine controls on the Stinger, you decide how you want the tines to work. If you want the button to work when your foot is in the up position or the down position. So the way you can set that up is, when you're running the Stinger, instead of you having to hold your foot on the switch, like I said, as you're aerating, you take your foot off the switch. And as it comes off that switch, that's when the tines drop back down and starts aerating and pulling those plugs for you. To me, that makes a lot more sense. I only want to lift the tines up when I'm doing my Y turns, right? Shout out to Sean Spencer. He said, he doesn't know who came up with the idea of K turns, but excuse me, when I'm doing my Y turns, I want to lift off the switch then to allow, I want to push on the switch then to allow the tines to raise up. And Stinger has actually made this a very, very efficient tine raising and lowering. So instead of it taking 2 to 3 seconds for those tines to come up or go down, depending on how you prefer to aerate the lawns, that's the cool thing, right? You get the choice. You're not stuck with one way or the other. You decide what is more efficient, what works out best for you. But instead of you having to wait 2 to 3 seconds for those tines to raise and lower and things like that, they've got this down to under 2 seconds. I believe you told me the number was 1.5. So I think that is an amazing tool to allow you to be more productive in the business. Now, here's a real cool thing. And I was talking to the gentleman on the inside. He said, we came out with this new aerator, and I know you all can see it here in the background, right? This is the GT30. Why did they call it GT? It's damn near a race mobile. This thing goes 9.5 miles per hour while actively aerating. 9.5 miles per hour. That is almost nearing the max speed of what we hit on the multi-force when we were cutting, because you know we're multi-force people, multi-force fans. And this nice new Kawasaki with the EFI, well, you got your FT730V EFI engine. This engine with not only pushes this aerator a lot faster, a lot stronger, it actually has bigger pumps on it. This is a unique setup, and I absolutely love how they got it going on here. Here's another thing for those that aren't familiar. Singer, they have their seed box right here on the top. So you load your seed right here in the hopper here, right? And as you are actually aerating, instead of you throwing the seed out with a broadcast spreader, it actually is a drop seeder. It drops down with the tines and allows you for a better germination of that seed by putting the seed where the tines are to allow you to be more productive with your actual seed, because you all know seed is not the cheapest thing. It's one of the most expensive things in our industry. So tell me what you all think. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Singer aerator and the new spreader sprayer. I think that new Gateway might be a game changer for those that don't want to spend the additional money of getting something like a Z Spray or a Pathfinder. And look, I gotta get some more details on that. I'm gonna leave a link down below so some more details on this spreader sprayer, because talking to a gentleman on this side, the spreader on it is a new technology that is patented directly by Stinger. So make sure you all stay tuned for that, man. I'm gonna throw some more information on that. Hit the links down in the show description, man. I am your boy, Cedric Steele Owens with Steel Cuts Lawn and Landscaping. And please, if you would, make sure you check out the Lawn Care Power Moves podcast, released on all of your podcasting platforms. And make sure you come join us on a live show each and every Wednesday at 9 p.m. on Instagram for Lawn Care Power Moves live show. That's what I got for y'all now, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And I guess, hey, what they say, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.